At least 40 people are reported to have died and more than 100 been injured after a shooting at a concert hall in Moscow. We've just had pictures from inside the building at the time of the attack, but first a warning, you may find some of these images we're about to show you very upsetting. Well, it is understood that several gunmen wearing camouflage clothing opened fire inside the building. Reports saying there could have been as many as 5 attackers. The news agency TASS saying the attack took place at the Crocus City Hall on the west of the city. The building is now reported to be on fire. As you can see, Sky's Siobhan Robbins joins us now. Those figures emerging from the TASS news agency, Siobhan, very, very concerning indeed.
Yes, this is still a developing picture, but what we can already see is this is an extremely serious attack, what looks like one of the worst in recent years in Russia. Just going back through what we know so far from various news agencies, lines coming out of Russia, it appears that several gunmen, some reporting 5, entered the Crocus Concert Hall on the western edge of Moscow. It's appeared that they are armed with automatic weapons. You can see in some of those social media videos that they open fire. You can hear round after round of bullets going off. Also reports that they threw explosives into that concert hall, and pictures from the outside show that that building is now engulfed with flames, and there are reports actually that the ceiling is beginning to collapse. Now, it's reported that the concert hall can accommodate more than 6,000 people. Latest figures from TASS news agency is at least 40 people have died, at least 100 are injured. But what we don't know is how many people are still trapped in the building, which is on fire. We know that riot police are at the scene, that this is being investigated at the very top levels in Russia. What we don't know yet is who is responsible for this attack. We have had some reaction coming out of Russia already. So we had a reaction from the spokesperson for the foreign ministry, who called it a monstrous crime. Also getting reaction from the White House National Security Advisor, who said that he was sending his condolences to the victims, but said at this point there is no indication that Ukraine is involved. That is a line which Russia has said, if America knows that they need to offer evidence to support that. What is interesting is that this attack comes just a few weeks after the American embassy actually warned people to avoid crowded areas in Russia because of a possible imminent attack. And of course, it also comes less than a week after President Putin cemented his grip on Russian politics with that election win.
Siobhan, indeed, just on that last point that you were making there, should we see any link between the re-election of Vladimir Putin and the events that are taking place tonight necessarily? Already people are speculating as to who might be responsible.
Yeah, of course. And as you heard there, America quickly pointing out that they said there was no evidence that Ukraine was responsible. Many people will, of course, be trying to square that circle. We simply don't know at the moment. We haven't even had confirmed official death tolls coming out from officials in Russia yet. We've had them from the news agencies, as I said. So this is something that's very much being investigated. It will be being investigated about who is involved, whether this is a terrorist attack, and why they've targeted this specific site. But it's just too soon to say who is responsible.